Halo 5 introduces new microtransactions to aid in COVID-19 relief. GameStop is setting to close another 300 stores this year and more. I'm Andrew Dornan. This is my show, What's New? So I was looking over that the Friday video, and I was like, I kind of like how the camera was set up. You can see my bookshelf, which to me I really like. And then also, as I was getting the camera set up, I noticed that I wasn't 100% square up with the camera, and also the microphone's kind of visible. But I kind of like that as well. It's a nice little change up. Kind of gives it sort of like a podcast vibe. Speaking of podcasts, I'm using, I don't know why that was the transition I went with, but it's the one I made, but it's the one we're going with. I'm actually using a MacBook to record my commentary this time around because I wanted a way where I could set up my microphone in a comfortable position, but still be able to film this angle, if that made any sense. And then I realized that MacBooks have GarageBand, and so it took me like 20 minutes of fiddling around with some settings to figure out how exactly to set up GarageBand for recording videos, but I finally figured it out. So I got this running. It looks good. I did some practice takes, and it sounds good to me, at least. So yeah, I haven't messed with all this extra stuff like EQ and compressor. That is not my field. I am not an audio tech, so I'm just not going to touch them. But with all of that pre-show rambling out of the way, let's get into the actual news. Our first news story of today is that the developers behind Halo 5, I believe it's 343 Industries. Can't believe I forgot that. But they are aiding the COVID-19 relief efforts with some DLC. It's a $10 rec pack, which for those of you who have not played Halo 5, rec packs are bonuses I guess you could think of them as trading card packs, and in them are different cards, and on these cards are either customizable or customization options to change skins of your weapons, vehicles, or player models. They can also have bonuses like double XP or stuff like that. So this is going to be a brand new $10 rec pack. It is called the Relief and Recovery Pack, which has 5 customization options for the skins and whatnot that I mentioned, and then also 10 rare or better boost cards. That means you're gonna get some really good either, I don't think it's damage boosters. I'm pretty sure it's double XP boosters. I personally do not play Halo 5, so I do not know, but that is what I saw, and that is what I'm reporting is, boost cards and customization options. The thing about the rec packs, you may be wondering, how exactly are they aiding relief efforts? Well, 100% of the proceeds from these specific rec packs will be going to the Global Giving's Coronavirus Relief Fund, which is very nice. It's honestly, it warms my heart a little bit to know that other companies are pitching in, even if it's something where it seems like not like a non-thing, like a $10 rec pack in a video game, but the fact that that entire $10 is going towards a relief fund, and the fact that there are probably thousands of people playing Halo 5 multiplayer, that's really good. So good on them. I didn't know how to end that story. All right, our second story of today is that the PS4 and PC versions of the Resident Evil Resistance open beta have been delayed. However, the Xbox One version is still going good. So a quick recap. Resident Evil Resistance is that asymmetrical multiplayer spin-off thing of the Resident Evil series that looks really interesting. Capcom hasn't explained what the technical issues are, nor have they stated when the PS4 and PC versions will be available. But if you have an Xbox One, you will be able to get into that open beta without any problems. Well, aside from all, the bugs that come with an open beta. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. They just said in a tweet that it had been delayed because of technical issues. In quotes, we don't know. Uh, we don't know what that means. Capcom hasn't said what that means, so it's all up in the air. All right, and slightly sadder news. The official Xbox magazine has shut down. This just happened within the last week, which is really unfortunate, especially considering that this is the year that Microsoft plans to bring out the Xbox Series X. To give just a brief little recap, the official Xbox magazine started all the way back in November 2001 with the launch of the OG Xbox. It's kind of interesting. It wasn't a magazine owned by Microsoft itself, but it was a magazine owned by a parent company, Future, which had been paying Microsoft fees to be able to like be the sole. I personally don't know the exact details, but basically they were paying like royalty fees or like some sort of fees to Microsoft to be able to call themselves the official Xbox magazine. So that company not Future, but the Xbox magazine officially folded last week with just the small handful of employees they had left being let go. Executives have claimed that they had already taken pay cuts to keep layoffs to an absolute minimum. I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's a history of execs just wanting excuses to shut down companies. Maybe I'm just a bit jaded because of companies like EA doing crap like that. But first, I didn't buy it. But who knows? Maybe there's a sorts of legitimacy to that. Apparently, there have also been budget cuts at Future themselves, with some departments just having their budgets completely wiped out, and it's just a big old mess. And it's unfortunate that we lost another magazine. A few years back, we lost the Nintendo Power magazine. I'm not entirely sure if it was for necessarily the same reasons the executives cited decline in video game retail sales at like retail stores specifically, and how like everything seems to be going digital. That's why they shut it down. There's no official Xbox magazine website. There used to be, but then it got chopped up and sent to Games Radar, and then also PC Gamer, which the PC Gamer magazine is still going strong. But yeah, it's really a shame. I'm a big fan of magazines. I am a Oh, I thought I hit something. I am a subscriber to Nintendo Force. I pay, I think, $4.99 for physical um, releases every 2 months, and I have been a subscriber for a long time. So I'm excited about that. The fact that, with the scene, let me rephrase that. Hold on. It seems like with every magazine company that goes down, another one rises up. So like Nintendo Force seems to be going strong, and I'm excited about the future of Nintendo Force, while also still being, I was never a subscriber to official Xbox magazine. I've picked up a few issues here and there, but like to me personally, as someone who's now getting more into the history of publications and trying to preserve everything, it is kind of sad to see that the official Xbox magazine has shut down. But let me know what you guys think. This is a story that I really want your input on. Were you a subscriber of the official Xbox magazine? Did you just pick up a few issues here and there, or did you not know it existed at all? Let me know in the comments. All right, it's time to talk about that story. GameStop closing down. Another 300 plus stores within this year. I think the last time they had a major like closure wave, there was a list that had got leaked out which stores had that, and so people would flock to those stores while they had like 80-90% off sales and just buy up a bunch of stuff and then peace out. that it might happen again. But the key thing is that we don't, as of right now, we don't know which stores are closing or even which country they're closing in, because GameStop has locations not just in America but also overseas in Europe, and I believe a little bit in Canada, but I think EB Games is like the big one in Canada. But regardless, this all despite they had a net income of, I want to say, like $32 million this past financial year, but it was something that was already set in stone, and it's not like reflective of like the current the best word I put down was scandals, but really it's just a lot of backlash with how they've handled the coronavirus and how they claim they were essential, and the lack of supplies they've given their employees to protect themselves. So it's kind of interesting. We're definitely seeing we're witnessing the fall of an empire, not necessarily, an empire in the sense of like the British Empire, but like a retail empire collapsing before our very eyes. And it's very interesting to see those who are still holding on to the dream, and those who are like, yes, let GameStop burn. I am on the mindset that the number one issue with GameStop, actually, there's two big issues in my eyes. One, they definitely have too many stores. I've talked to a few friends who have way too many GameStops in their area. In my area, we used to have, I think, at the very least two, probably three GameStops. The two that I remember, which is probably the only two that we had, was the one across of our Walmart, and then there was one in our mall, and the mall was right across the street from the Walmart, and so they were just like, they were right next to each other. And it's kind of interesting because it's like I still remember exactly where in the mall that GameStop used to be. So yeah, it's definitely, a town doesn't need two GameStops. That probably just one. But yeah, it's just to me, I think of it as a person on the personnel level. It's sad to see all those associates, they basically just get the axe and they have to like go and find other work. But then it's also, it's kind of annoying because it's like, these executives, for the longest time, they could have taken action beforehand, but they keep chasing the short-term profits. So it's just a big mess. I If I kept on going, I'd probably ramble and it'd probably like be an hour long video. But that is where I'm gonna end that story. All right, that's where I'm gonna end it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this new, this new camera angle, this new like sort of setup going on here. I really like it. Also, I've been thinking about uploading audio only versions of Andrew Dornan's What's New. I still have all of the files, so I could just like, go into the project setting, or go into the project files, remove all of the visual elements, and then like upload those to the website as audio only podcasts. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and then also later on I will be I'll probably post a poll later today about the whole uploading the audio as like a separate thing to the website, which I think I have enough space on the website to do. I'm just thinking about it, and yeah, I should have enough space because I have to budget. The reason why I stopped myself is because I only have so much space, and most of that is budgeted for mini pack. Which, fun fact, more episodes are being recorded this Saturday. So that way there'll be a bigger buffer. So that means there will be episodes that will finally have been recorded in the new space, which is a lot of fun. Maybe they might even use this specific setup. That'd be really cool. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more about Andrew Dornan's What's New, I have a link to the main show page in the show notes. If you're watching this on the website, there is a button that takes you to the main show page. Also, if you want to know how to support me and my content, I have a link to the support the content page in the show notes. Even just sharing these videos on social media, sending links to friends, and being like, hey, this is a pretty okay video, that helps it a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for another episode of Andrew Dornan's What's New. Bye bye.